Hi, my name is Courtney Schoenfeld, and I'm going to show you my summative assessment for C4. So for this, there will be three learning activities, and one will be a live lesson, kind of like a screencast video where I share my screen and go over this. Another one will be a check for understanding. As we go through, I'll pause and ask questions, and then the final one will be a quiz. So I'll briefly go over this. This would actually take a lot longer in my tutoring, but because it's supposed to be 5 to 8 minutes, I'm going to keep it brief. So this lesson is about Spanish accent marks. And if you take it in college, you learn it with palabras llanas, agudas, and esdrújulas. And it can be very confusing and it can take a long time to explain it that way. So I found a shortcut that just involves two rules. And we practice this and it's very effective. So the first rule says, and I'll keep it simple in case you don't know a lot of Spanish, that if a word ends in a vowel, N or S, N is in Nancy, S is in Sam, it is supposed to be stressed on the second to last syllable. That means that's the sílaba tónica in Spanish, the syllable that gets the emphasis. So we can look at a lot of examples here where this follows the rule. And I'll clap so you can hear the emphasis. Niña, gato, plato, taco, gato, diccionario, suplemento, hablo. So all of those end in a vowel, and on all of those, we stress the second to last syllable. But we know sometimes a different syllable is stressed. And if a different syllable is stressed, then it breaks the rule and it needs an accent mark. So that's what accent marks tell us, that we're breaking a rule and that syllable gets the accent, the stress. That's the sílaba tónica. So now let's look at the word hablo can be spelled like this, but it can also be spelled hablo with an accent mark. So hablo means I speak in the present tense, the yo form. Habló means he spoke in the preterite tense, past tense. So hear how they're totally different. And interestingly, all of the preterite verbs in the yo and el form, if they're regular, need an accent mark. So you can learn that pattern and know, oh, those are always going to need an accent mark. So the same thing is true. Didn't mean to do that. The same thing is true for tomo. Yo tomo clases de español. The second to last syllable is stressed. But look at this one right here. Tomó. Él tomó mi libro. That's the preterite tense we were talking about. The same thing happens when we talk about subjunctive. You might not know subjunctive, but that's a specific mood in Spanish. And it follows the same rule as these preterite. So hable. Hable, that's the second to last syllable. That follows the rule. But look what happens when we make it preterite. Hable, hable. That's the last syllable is stressed, not the second to last. So it's breaking the rule. Okay, so here's some high frequency word. Comida, food. Comida, that's the second to last syllable. Follows the rule, so it doesn't need an accent mark. It's saying, hey, everything's good with me. I follow the rule. These are some last names that have come up in tutoring that we've done, or some words that people have asked about. So let's look at the ION words, because most people know in Spanish that the ION words always need an accent on the O, but they don't know why. Now we know why. If it ends in a vowel, N or S, we're supposed to stress the second to last syllable. But here we are stressing the last syllable. So it's breaking the rule and it needs an accent on the O. But what happens when we make it plural? Well, now it ends in an S, so it's still the same rule, but we added a syllable. So now we are stressing the second to last syllable. It no longer needs an accent mark. So all of those ION words need an accent mark on the O, no accent mark when they become plural. Days of the week in Spanish all end in a vowel or an S. So most of them do not need an accent mark. But look at Wednesday and Saturday. Miércoles. That ends in an S. That's Wednesday. We should stress the second to last syllable, but we don't say miércoles. We say miércoles. That's the third to last syllable. So see how even if it's the last syllable or the third to last syllable or the fourth to last syllable, it needs an accent mark. The same thing happens with sábado. Now, we still have words left that don't follow this rule, right? Because these are only words that end in a vowel, N or S. What about words that end in other consonants? If a word ends in any consonant other than N or S, we're supposed to stress the last syllable. If we stress any other syllable, it breaks the rule and it needs an accent mark. So that would be the sílaba tónica. So let's look at some words that follow the rule. Refrigerador, feliz, felicidad. Those all follow the rule, right? Now let's look at some that don't. So the word feliz is pronounced like this, feliz. But the man's name Felix is spelled almost the same way, just with an X instead of a Z, but we pronounce it Felix. So it breaks the rule. Same thing with lápiz. We should say lápiz, but we say lápiz. We're stressing the second to last syllable. This is my favorite part of the lesson, last names in Spanish. So let's look at these names, López, Pérez, Hernández, Gutiérrez. Whenever they end in a Z, they're breaking the rule. López, Pérez, Hernández, Gutiérrez. We're stressing the second to last syllable. Remember, if it ends in a Z, we're supposed to stress the last syllable, but we don't say López, we say López. But what about when these same last names end in an S? López, Pérez, Hernández, Gutiérrez. Well, remember, if they end in an S, we're supposed to stress the second to last syllable, and now we do. So now do you see why if the name ends in Z, it needs an accent mark? If it ends in S, it does not. So in my course in tutoring, I would also go over acentos diacríticos, but to save time, I will skip over that. And I would also go over some grammar. And then I would do a check, as you know, check for understanding as I go forward, asking why certain names need an accent mark or certain words need an accent mark. And then there would be an apply your knowledge section. This would actually be a check what you know built into Thinkific, into my course platform. But I'll show you. So también is pronounced like this, también. So it ends in an N. We're supposed to stress the second to last syllable, but we're stressing the last syllable. So it needs an accent mark, and they would explain why. They would do the same thing for all of these, explaining why they need an accent mark or don't. They would also list words that they can think of that need an accent and why they need accents, and also words that don't need accents and why they don't need accents. And then the last thing I want to know is what do they find most challenging? Because that can help me improve my course and see what's most challenging, how can I explain it more clearly and improve my course going forward. So I hope you learned a little bit about accent marks. So again, the 3 activities would be the screencast live video, check for understanding as we go, and then this quiz that they take at the end. Thank you.